This blanks part is just like multiple choice questions, but usually these type of questions focus mainly on the definitions of project management terms. So if we all are very well versed with the definitions of the PMP lexicon, we could answer such type of questions quite easily. The example that we see here on the screen is asking us for a definition of critical path method. So if you are not sure about the definition, and if you just want to go by your gut feeling, this type of question will be very difficult to answer. So if we just learn about these two processes, what is the critical path method and what is the critical chain method, we might forget the actual definition that we see in the question is of critical path method or whether it is the definition of critical chain method. So this is a tip for you guys. If you want to answer these type of questions quite better, it's better to learn these terms and the definitions by heart. Okay, so these are the types of questions that we usually get to see. I was also saying not to worry much about the changes in the exam because these updates are not disrupting the previous versions of the exam. The difficulty level of this exam is still going to be that difficult. So PMP is still going to be the most difficult exams to pass in the world. So please don't worry about the change in the content. Just follow your gut, prepare well, and you will all be good. We move on to the next important section of today's presentation, that is the application. So first we will talk about the prerequisites, and then we will move on to understand the complete process of application with an example. We will fill the application and for the better understanding of the students. So consider this as an introduction section of PMP application. We'll first start by understanding what benefits we have in applying to this PMP exam. We will understand what are the things we require as to qualify the PMP exam, and then a little data gathering activity is needed for this application. So we will understand about all those things in this topic. So why does anyone apply for a PMP certification? What additional benefits or advantages we get if we have the PMP? Are there any disadvantages also to apply for PMP? What are the challenges that you may face during the complete process? So let's understand all these things in this topic. Advantages. In a comparison of two candidates with the same qualification, same experience, the candidate who has PMP certification has better advantage over the other. And what are those advantages? The candidate who has PMP will have a resume which is much more stronger than the other who doesn't have PMP. Right? So if you are from a particular field, let's say IT, and if you are quite knowledgeable and well experienced in a tool, and you wish to switch your job to another company, you will usually be restricted with a narrower scope of options. So the companies which are IT or the companies which use your knowledge or expertise will only be the doors that you can knock. So, but if you have a PMP, your scope starts to become wider. The PMP is a certification which is accepted across many fields. Like, of course, you need to have a fair understanding of the process and the products of the new company that you seek to join. But you don't really have to rely on just one skill that you have learned in the past. Like, consider the same example of this IT engineer. No matter if he learned Java or Python or artificial intelligence, he will be preferred by all of the companies which are active in this field. The PMP adds weight to your resume. Next thing is financial growth. It's a known fact that PMP certified professionals are paid 15 to 20% more than just an IT engineer with a similar background. The financial growth by switching the company is definitely an option, yes. But even within your own organization, you can demand for a higher pay after you're PMP certified. Let me explain you at depth about this. The level of knowledge that you're going to offer for your company by managing additional responsibilities is, it's priceless. If you have already worked for the company and you already know the in and out and the ways of the organization, and you will be preferred candidate for the role of PM. In fact, with the arrival of agile systems, there is a great demand for the scrum masters, for the product owners who can handle the projects in an agile way, right? If you are showing to your company that you are certified PMP, it's very much possible that you will be preferred there with, of course, a better pay. Worldwide recognition. I'm sure we have students from around the globe here in this class. The PMP certification is recognized everywhere in the world across many different fields. Even the governments are moving towards project management way of working. So if with PMP, you will be recognized wherever in the world you prefer to work. Your current professional restrictions, like let's say if you are currently in a construction field in the Middle East and you want to move to, let's say, Germany, which is known as a mecca for mechanical engineering, right? So you will be preferred by the companies in Germany because you have a PMP for the project manager's role. So not just for the job change, but also in terms of job recognition and respect. The project manager management is very famous field. Professional network. When you become a PMP, you will be invited to many professional meetings, such as PMI chapters. I imagine that you all know that these chapters exist. For those who don't know, PMI organizes meetings at a scheduled frequency, which involves project managers from different areas and industries, and they all gather there to share their experiences and knowledge. Sometimes they also give knowledge sharing sessions, which the new candidates who are appearing for this PMP exam use as contact hours. So you will get a chance to be part of these meetings if you are a PMI member. Not all PMPs are PMI members for sure, but I'll try to explain why taking the PMI membership makes more sense if you are opting for a PMP. I'll talk about this later on. And in addition to the PMI chapters, after you become a PMP, you will get to interact, with PMPs all across the globe, in social networks, and this will help in the professional growth, and you will have better opportunities with this.